Hello, and welcome to Gunpla Reviews, where it's myself versus my shelf. Over 170 model kits and a queue of reviews to do. Each time I do this, the number changes just a little bit because I forget how many I have. I have 168 Gunpla and then 28 other, so does that make that 190? Am I up on 200? I don't know. I mean, I'm mostly reviewing the Gunpla stuff. But I digress. We are here with today's challenger, the VG-MM-LA01B Dahack from the high-grade Reconguista in G line from our Year of the Bandai Lords 2015. This manual, unlike the previous, is actually a 5-page spread. So as always, I suggest getting better quality scans of your manuals at Hobby Search. I am not sponsored. Over here on page 1 we have our runner count, which also comes with its own stand. Building construction, starting with the head and body down to the waist, which is where I prefer to start. This page goes to your arms. Page 4 is your legs, followed by the final leg assembly and full unit, dress. On our back side, we have our backpack building in full color, as is your want to have the other side in full color. The hand assembly, which is very unique, as well as stand assembly, and what appears to be an action-based extension. I fathom that if you use the very translucent dark blue action base that it comes with, the pegs don't quite go in, compatible with the waist. It's the same 3mm peg, but it's not long enough that, the rest of the waist unit doesn't get in the way, so the extension is there to lift it up. However, this doesn't seem to be a problem with the regular action base 2 that I use for everything. And then the other pages are CG renders, followed by other products in the g-reco line. Some information on the world and Clem Nick, the pilot of the Dahack, as well as constructed pictures and the color guide. So, as I fold this and put this away all nice and neat-like, or maybe not, I don't know. Kind of messy on that one. We have here our high-grade boy, the Dahack, which stands on very sharp and pointy feet. It also has a very uniquely shaped head. You don't get a lot of non-standard heads. I know IBO does that, especially with the Hugo, which I've recently heard a lot of bad things about. So, the head has a little back and forth action. Also some side-to-side wobbling, but its maximum turn is to one side because the back collar gets in the way. You could probably force it, but you end up just popping the head off instead. And up in there you can kind of see, we'll focus, a few of our stickers up there at the camera, the eyes. 2 here on the chest. You're going to have 1 on each side of the arm as well. I will show you the rest of the stickers soon. For now, the arm clearly doesn't go up very high. Let's try that again with less failure. The arm does not go up very high at all. That's actually weird. Okay. The arm does not have very much lift. The elbow has about a little more than 90 degrees. Wrist is on a ball joint, but also has its own sideways hinge in there, as you can see. That's an actual sideways hinge because it has a very unique shape, but it is still on a ball. These are also the other stickers. These stickers are on the inside of the hand. The hands are very important, excuse me, and are the primary feature of why I picked this up. So with the arms up and out of the way, let's at least you get a full rotation without being blocked. We get to the waist, which, oh, like I'm squeezing and messing up the backpack some. Uh-oh, that's rather unusual. What has occurred here? What has happened? Something has gone terribly awry in the waist unit. Okay, there it goes. So the waist unit does have a lot of twist, but it has a second like section there. I'm trying to get that right angle. You can kind of see right around here. It's got a second section that gives it some wobble, not even some back crunch, just some sideways wobble. But if you turn it too far, the lower half gets stuck, the upper half twists further, and then it gets super awkward. And I pushed the arm out. That was entirely me. I shoved that out my own. I'm sorry about that, folks. So let's pop that back in. Straighten this back out. These side skirts here are attached to the legs. They don't move very much. That's about all you're going to get out of it. The legs, however, super high kick and subpar butt flat prevents it from going any further back. So let's observe knee bend. I really wish I could keep my hands out of the way for you people. I am so sorry. I try my best. You only get about maybe 90 degrees, just under 90 degrees. And you get leg turning there. At the foot, you have a little bit of back and forth there, but you also get some side to side in the feet so you can get them to stand properly. In all, articulation is surprisingly limited on this kit. I think that comes down to sticking with the design. It is a space type mobile suit, so it kind of fails in the articulation, but because you can get it up on an action base, you can still get some really good posing out of it. I digress. Moving forward, we also have 2 more sets of hands. These, very specifically, are hands that go flat out from the palm. Show the palm, excuse me. Like so, plug that in, and your hand holds flat outward. I apologize for hitting the camera. We're going to swap this other hand in as well, which also, of course, sticker on the hand. So let's get that boy in there. And we're going to hold these hands out for now. It comes with 4 Beam Saber effect parts, which poke into the backpack unit up here. Each one of these segments, 2 over the arm, over the shoulder, and 2 that actually go under the arm. Like so. Now these are also beam cannons, but as is their design and their want to do, you will very much likely use all 4 pegs and all 4 effect parts. Excuse me, I just dropped one on the floor. Bam, there we go. And just to get a little detail on the backpack, each arm does fold up. It's got full 180 degree bend, as well as some twisting and 2 points of articulation here and here, which go perfectly as in a set of additional limbs like so. But you'll want to keep these slightly out of the way because our other accessory is these slightly opaque, or excuse me, slightly translucent, semi-translucent is the term I want, beam shields. Actually, I believe they go more so like this because of the thumbs. Now, in the right light, every now and again, and I'm sure you won't get them here. Oh, yeah, there it goes. You get just a little bit of prismatic reflection on there. It's not a lot, but it's there. You just catch it for a split second. And I actually think they go like this because it is like your hand. That's the wrong side. The hand. The hand. So, as such, let's see if I can't do this slightly differently. You will plug each hand into the protrusion like so. It has the perfect slot for your thumb to fit right in. And then, bam, right in there. Now, unfortunately, if you're feeling saucy, the other hands, the flat hands, do not actually fit inside of there. They're just not quite the right shape to go inside. And bam, like so, you have a kit with hand shields. Not the back of the wrist, not the back of the forearm, on the hands themselves. Which is that on top of the beam effects, or the extra pokey beam cannons and such, is why I got this thing. It's certainly unique, as is about every design in the g-reco line. It's got something non-standard going on that we really haven't seen anything like that since, except for, you know, build fighters, build diver stuff. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and grab my old action base here. And as I mentioned, it's got this additional action base extension thing. Like, I guess because you can, looking at the length of the back skirt here, that would get in the way of the packed in action base. But on this, it's no issue. So there's that. There it is with, and it is absolutely just fine without. Yeah, he's slightly off camera. I've got him up real high, so we're gonna drop him right back down. Bring the boy back into frame. Give him his shield back because, as we know, I'm both clumsy and rough with my toys. But that just means I play with them. I love them. And while they do sit up there and collect dust, every now and again they come off, get a nice little brushing and a repose. And of course, a review. So, we give this boy a rating of prototype. It's definitely got its flaws. It's got lack of articulation in the knees, especially in the shoulders. The arms do not go up very high at all. But I like to think it definitely makes up for it with not just its backpack, but definitely these shields. I haven't tried, but it looks like you could easily fit these hands into any other, regular polycap socket. Maybe thicken them up and you can use them for another model. I challenge you out there to go and find another model kit that actually features shields that apply on the front of the hand. No other kit that I'm privy to, and as we discussed, I have almost 170 Gunpla alone, have I seen any kit that has hand-mounted shields. I know the Destiny has one on the back of the wrist, the F91 and the G-Savior and the V2 have you know, beam shields are on the back of the forearm as well, but directly on the hand, this boy's got it beat. I know people have their opinions on g-reco, but when it comes to a model kit, you got to give props where props are due. But I thank y'all for watching. If y'all like this video, please click that button. Subscribe for more Gunpla reviews every Wednesday. More challenges are coming. I've only covered about 20 and I've got a good 170. So stay tuned for the long run, the long haul, and Let's Plays. I thank y'all for watching. ZEON.